come to see my Iroko. She wanna sit down on the boko.
That was Dr. Sid right there with a groove. Welcome back. You're listening to The Takeover with Dami Oke. And we've got some special guests in the building. We've got Dr. Sid himself looking at me strangely.
No, because I was just wondering, you said that is, darling. I'm still here. Do you know what I mean? Like, don't just say like I'm gone or some shit. I'm still here. That is.
He right here.
He right here. Dr. Sid,
I'm
the
happy
legend
to be here.
himself,
Thank you for having
an
me.
annoying human being.
You love me.
Yeah, I do. I do love you.
I
though.
love you too, darling.
I love you.
I love that shirt you're wearing. That's what I love. That shirt.
Thank you. This
is
is
mighty nice.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please just help me tell me. You know me, I might be old school, but tell me when fashion has come to the point where girls just wear brand nets and they talks in her clothes.
Listen, this is wool, okay? It's not nets. This is wool.
That's what they call it.
It's wool.
It's a cardigan.
All right.
Okay.
Yes.
We do live. This is a warm climate, and she just mentioned the word cardigan.
Cardigan.
Yeah, it says the guy wearing a hoodie. Ladies and gentlemen, Tuoyo is also in the building, and he's wearing a hoodie with his hood up.
The AC is working in this
And
place.
the AC is working in this place. That's why I'm wearing this.
Can catch us.
You know,
You
the
don't
AC
know.
is working.
All right.
That's why.
What's up, Waze? How's everybody doing? I know that I've been getting messages of people listening to us in the diaspora. Somebody's listening from Canada.
Oh, amazing.
Very much right now. Let me just give it.
Give them the shout out. Shout out to them all.
Shout out to Ella.
Shout out to Ella.
She's listening all the way from Canada right now.
Shout out to you, Ella. Make sure you continue to listen to Wave Radio. So we've got so much in store. And I did say the topic today was how not to lose thyself in Lagos. Work versus play. And now the reason I say that is because, Tuoyo actually, funny enough, Tuoyo came here for a wedding in March. And he only came here to just drop by to Lagos for like 1 week. And he's been here ever since because of Corona. And how's that been so far for you?
It's been good. I think it's Lagos. I don't think there's been a better time for me to be in Lagos anyway. Because it's like, Dami knows me. Lockdown suits me. I just sit somewhere, and next thing you know, like 5 months have passed. Literally, that's all I do. So it's nice to be in Lagos during this time. I know most Lagosians have found it very troubling, but I'm like, this is the real heaven. I can actually say I've lived in Nigeria for the best part of 6 months, and I enjoyed it. I was still the same guy. I would have been anywhere else in the world just doing the exact same thing. So no better place, personally.
I feel like you didn't experience the full Lagos.
Well,
do you think? Because there was no turn-ups. There was no...
I think this is a very interesting version of Lagos.
Yeah.
To be fair. Actually, very refreshing one.
Yeah.
Because Lagos was quiet. You know what I mean? I think people try to connect more on a deeper level as opposed to just superficially passing through, living
your best life, hopping from club to club,
and liquid.
Yeah, it's true. This is very true. That's very true. So the reason I picked this topic, how not to lose thyself in Lagos, I feel like a lot of people come to Lagos, or even the people who have already always been here, and you get into the limelight, you start living your best life, and you kind of lose your way a little bit. I mean, with you didn't even get to turn up or anything, but you do see the madness that is in Lagos. Like, you see that your self-respect goes out the window sometimes when you're arguing with taxi drivers,
right?
When you're arguing with just staff in general, or customer service, or whatever it may be.
It's real. I think first of all, for someone who's I'm like just like Sid, Dr. Sid over here. I've been around some of the wildest cities in the world, and there's none like Lagos, like on earth. I like the lifestyle is here. There's a real obvious classism when you just step out the door. And part of the reason that I didn't leave my apartment for the best part of 4 months, the only guests I got was Dami and her cousin for a whole 3.5 months straight, was because I step out the door and the Uber guy annoys me, right? And like, first of all, like, I get Ubers around the world, and this, you order an Uber and he calls you. It's like, where are you going? I'm like, bro, what do you mean? Where am I going? like
show up so I can get in.
I'm like, show up. Let me know when you're here. I'll get in.
Who are you? I don't get.
But it's not personal.
Do you know the kind of traffic I'm gonna enter taking you to where you want to go? Let me decide whether or not.
I'm like, bro, do you want to get paid or not?
If you don't like it, get off the app.
Get off the app.
Well, that's fine. It's just like, I just think that there's just, listen, I'm not complaining. It's a whole cultural thing. I get it, but it's like, come on, don't call me. Like, and like, there's no silent Ubers out here. Like, the guy can do what he wants. He can
be on a phone. No, I tell them, like, especially when Uber guys be on the phone, and I'm like, excuse me, can you get off the phone? Can you not be on the phone while you have my life in your hands? Thank you.
Lagos is it's different. You know, Toya said, we don't work as small. We've been around, and I can tell you for a fact that there is literally no place. I mean, a lot of people say they compare Lagos to New York, but I say no.
No, there's not.
Lagos is its own animal, and you know, sticking back to topic, I think it is, you know, especially because I'm involved in entertainment. It's so easy to get caught up in the hype, and I must confess that I've been guilty of that. Being caught up in the lifestyle on the roller coaster and
living your best life,
you know, in Lagos, and then you find out that at the end of the day there is no substance. I think a lot of people need to spend more time building or developing legacies and some level of substance, because when it's all said and done, what are you being measured by? The amount of times you went to the club, the amount of bottles you popped, the amount of bags or shoes that you have, or the legacy, or to be clear, the number of zeros in your bank accounts. Last at the end of the day. Last,
right?
Know? So I think
numbers don't lie.
People get confused and get caught up in this. But it's the new age. It's social media. It's, you know, it's peer pressure. There's a lot of things going on. But, you know, and I'm not gonna lie, confess, I've been there. I've done that. Do
you think it's down to financial literacy when it comes to, you know, once you've made it? I mean, I'm speaking to you guys are two guys who have made it in both, you know, different industries, right? From the tech industry to, you know, music industry and all of that. And you guys are pretty much top dogs, right? Do you think it's down to financial literacy, or do you think that peer pressure just takes the cake when it comes to, you know, getting lost in the sauce?
There's a whole lot of financial literacy is kind of like a privilege in a strange way, but there's a whole lot of literacy that just needs to kind of just be acquired. Full stop.
What he said.
like you know, at the end of the day, people think that Dami, you've known me for many years, and you've known, you know, I've always kind of worn the same clothes, kind of just gone on about my business, and just made sure that I got to the next stage I wanted to get to.
Right.
And you know, and Dublin's quite a small place. I'm friends with some of the biggest promoters and all this kind of stuff. And you know, I've never really got carried away because I've always kind of like had my own goal that I wanted to achieve. But I think there's a few quotes. I try not to do quotes because I think that they're an illusion to help you think that you're doing well because you know a quote, and you can really just get caught up in the quote itself and not actually do anything. And one of them is always one that kind of like, you know, haunts me by a mentor of mine. It says, you know, if you've got 5 loser friends, believe it or not, you're the 6th loser. And you know, I don't. It's not that everybody's a loser, but when you're all doing the same thing and you're expecting something miraculous
different
to happen,
results.
It's kind of beyond me. I'm like, are we all looking like? Do we all live in the same earth? Like, we got 24 hours in a day. If your entire time is spent, you know, trying to figure out what's going on in the club, then you're like, because these things take time, and especially like, you know, like my boy, you know, Sid sitting over here, he like that's his bread and butter. I get it. But for a lot of people, it's just it's a thing. It's a waste of time. If something is not getting you to the next phase, it's wasting your time.
Yeah.
And Ogawa boss could have not said it any better. Because and I really want people to get this. You know, it took me a while to understand, and it's exactly what he said, which was what I was going to say. It's like, it's not just financial literacy, it's basic literacy.
Yeah.
And there is a conversation that I think culturally we don't have or we don't get as kids in Nigeria, which is the value of money and what it takes to earn it, and the understanding that when you spend money, it comes from either is some form of work has gone into making that money.
Right.
You understand? Legally or illegal, there's something that has to be done to earn that money. You don't print money in your house. For you to get money, you got to take it from somebody else.
Right. Legally
or illegally. You know what I'm trying to say? Now, if you look at places like Dublin, America, the UK, 16, 15-year-old kids already have the mentality of working. They do internships, they take part-time jobs, they come out from school because they started instilling the idea of working and earning for a living from a young age.
Do you think Nigerians are entitled in a way?
Oh, hell yeah.
I think entitlement is a different word. I think entitlement is when you know. I don't think Nigerians are quite aware from like this is the first time I've ever spent in Nigeria for more than like 6 days. You know,
Sid disagrees.
Right.
He's like, what?
No. He disagrees. I think
I understand where he's coming from.
No,
but entitlement, we know. Don't worry, we know, but we're still entitled.
Well, I think if we look at the real definition of entitlement, it's not a thing that I just don't think that they're quite aware. I think for the first time ever, I found out that actually the G boys, it's actually a legit job. I'm like, what? Like they classify it as a real job. It's
it's like mining Bitcoin.
Right. I'm like, are y'all kidding me? Like this is
Wow.
this is like so.
Wow.
And I think
I mean, it's not wrong mining Bitcoin.
Listen, I'm not here to judge a man on what he does and why he does what he does. But I'm just saying, like, they regard it as a real job. So it obviously shows you that's a whole different topic. And in terms of how the
I will come in very briefly just to say what I mean about what I said about Nigerians know, and there's still that level of entitlement. When I leave this building and I'm going out of that gate, the security man at the gate of this complex is going to say,
"We did with you,
Baba,
sir.
anything for the boys."
Anything for the boys, sir.
If I don't give him money, I've done something wrong.
Yeah.
Well, listen,
you understand?
No,
because
that is
in his
100%
mindset,
accurate.
As far as he has said, Twale Baba.
You should give him money.
Who said? Who said?
No, but that's what I'm saying. That's the sense of entitlement.
He knows that he has not done anything the same. But
he's done nothing but his job, his actual job.
I just ailed you. You get me?
So
you must do something. And that fundamental, that basic thing extends to almost every single level in Nigeria.
It's
from
very true.
Down to the top, to the presidents, to the because I'm the president. You must. Are you kidding me?
I don't disagree with what you say. I just think that it's, first of all, let me be just blunt here. There's obviously some very, very big, massive cultural differences between what I think is legit and what I think is not. But I think in life, from a psychological perspective, if we want human beings to succeed, all they ever need is just a tiny bit of encouragement, like a tiny bit. You'd be shocked how much how much.
Toyo will fight for it.
No,
this
for real.
country,
No, let me tell you. Let me tell you.
Let me finish.
You gotta
let me finish, right? You gotta let me finish. I think in life, I think one of the things that I've kind of come to realize is like, in the Western world, is just that it's lacking a little bit of encouragement, right? And in Nigeria, it seems that encouragement is so there because, like, when someone hails you and tells you that somehow tells you you're the greatest, you feel like you want to give them everything. So I think it's a tactic. I don't even think it's an entitlement thing.
No,
I think it makes you feel good.
Let me tell you why.
If that thing has been happening to you every day for 20 years, you're tired.
No, listen.
Do you know what it is? A lot of people, I'm telling you, do you know what it is? I think from a female perspective, it is not just they they want to encourage people. They don't give a damn.
They don't give two
shits about you.
They just want to relax and be taken care of.
They just want to relax and be taken care of. And you know what it is? Like, especially as a female, I feel like a lot of people believe that when a woman gets a compliment, she's supposed to appreciate it.
Oh yeah, you should.
You have to appreciate it.
Yes.
Doesn't matter who it's coming from.
I don't get.
You have to.
I don't understand.
No.
If I greet you, should you not greet me back?
No.
If I say good morning,
this is what I mean by cultural.
I don't have to greet you, Sid. I don't have to. If I don't want to, I don't have to greet you.
Good morning. If you don't answer me, you are rude.
No, I'm not rude. I don't have to listen to you. Let me tell you why.
I don't get.
The amount of times that it's been a situation of
show today. I swear to God.
There's amount of times it's a situation of men hey, I said you're pretty now. Like, it was like, no,
but you know
okay,
that
cool,
thanks. But check this out.
And then it'd be like, you're ugly anyway.
You would have shut him up. You would have shut him down if you said thank you the first time. But
Listen,
because you are first of all,
I know that you're only telling me I'm pretty because you're trying to get into my pounds.
So here's what it is.
So
in
I don't
the court
have
of
to
law,
oblige you.
everybody is innocent until proven guilty.
Sid, you want to make me
until
angry?
the man takes the conversation to that direction.
I will off your mic
All he
and I'll
has
tell you to
said-
leave my set.
All he has said is
off this brother's mic.
good afternoon. You get
Listen,
me?
I don't have to do anything I don't want to do. If you had some random girl, raggedy ass, you don't like her or whatever it is, and she greets you and she says hello and she's trying to have a conversation with you and you don't want to have a conversation, you're gonna keep on walking.
So no.
why?
I'll tell you this.
Sid is trying to tell
You'll
us.
be nice.
Now I'm gonna be very honest with you.
What?
I've been doing this entertainment for 20 years.
Right.
I don't wake up on the best side of the bed every day.
Okay.
Some days I'm pissed off. Some days I'm in a really bad mood.
And you're entitled
but
to be.
the moment that I step out of my house and go into the public, it doesn't matter how I feel.
Right.
As far as nobody has done anything specifically to offend me. You understand? Whatever I'm feeling is not a result of that particular person that said hello or good morning.
Well,
you understand?
Can I just say that is a privileged mentality to have, and it does not represent majority.
is.
It does not represent majority.
It
of
does not.
what you're
Wait, I don't understand. So
It's
if you
because
say
you're a
good morning to me,
celebrity.
I'm
It's
You're
because you're a
privileged.
celebrity. You
You're
feel like you
privileged.
have to,
Yeah.
obviously you have to accommodate your fans and whatnot.
No,
but if I'm an
it's just-
average
it's just
person walking down the
demand.
streets
No, I
and
think-
somebody you don't know is
Listen,
coming
let
up
me tell you
trying to
something.
say
Wait,
some
no.
shit.
Let me tell you something.
Please leave me
Whatever you
alone.
look
I
at
don't
it,
know
bro.
you.
Whatever way you look at it, you don't have to worry about your next meal. Like, some people are in survivor mode.
Well,
all the-
technically, in a way, it depends on what I want to eat.
well, see, let me
You
tell
have
you that
choice.
you have a choice there. So, like, when somebody, like, bro,
This guy
some
catch
pe-
me there, catch me.
got you.
some people's mornings are not good. You think, like you say you don't wake up on the best side of the morning. We just know that we have a lot of climbing to do. That's all. Some people don't
boy,
even
catch me
think that
there.
that's a choice. Like,
Some people wake up with no lights.
bro,
That's
like, are you
sweating
kidding
already.
me?
So, yeah,
are you
but-
kidding
but
me?
you see,
Like,
but,
see,
okay.
you've been to my apartment. I sometimes I just come out there. Dami will tell you. Sometimes I just come out there, sit there, and he's like, how?
really in this country?
Like, how? How? Like, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
So, but,
like,
but I want to say something, and I know as much as we talk, I really want us to always get back on topic.
Yeah.
Which is not getting lost in Lagos, which is what we kind of
We
ended up
get
doing.
lost in the sauce
Get lost in the
sometimes.
sauce.
But no,
you
that's
know-
what it is.
But like I'm like, I gave a shout out to somebody in Canada, and this is somebody I just met recently, and she's 24, and she was in school studying medicine, which is parents want me to be a doctor. You know what I'm saying? But it's not my passion.
Right.
Right now, I know what most 24-year-olds in Nigeria are doing. They're in the club. They're partying somewhere, doing something to have fun and live their best life while they're young.
Yeah.
But she sat down and she started trading Forex. Now, she is literally, when she has the way she talks, it's like she's on a different level. She lives in a penthouse apartment in Toronto. She's 24. Her mom, she supports her mom, her siblings. Do you know what I mean? Like, she's made a conscious effort to say, look, I'm going to have fun.
But I'm gonna
I like
stay
the
focused.
finer things in life. I want to own a private jet. I want to buy houses. You understand? But she understands what she has to do to get that.
Yeah.
And she's made an active choice to say, I've done pre-med. I'm not going to medical school. I
Right.
want to trade Forex.
Yeah.
but Sid,
See, that's the difference.
no. I think we're like, I don't mean to be a Debbie Downer here, but I think that we are comparing apples and oranges. If you
They're both fruits.
Well, that's what's up. But like, we're bored. We want orange juice. We hope that orange is what was
Okay.
used to make the juice, and not apple.
Unless,
Right.
unless the apple was grown in Jaws, then it can taste like orange.
But
Oh my
still,
God.
it's an apple juice, not an orange juice. But you get drift. But I think like, I don't want to get sidetracked. But do you understand how like a huge percentage of doctors in the United States are from Nigeria who are successful?
Yeah, most of them went to school.
And we treat certain things. We treat certain things like they're such a luxury, but it's because of what maybe perhaps Nigerians may not know. And I saw something the other day that said, the average Nigerian doesn't understand how terrible they've got it. They really don't.
They don't.
They don't.
How
And
terrible. Oh, yeah.
Like, they
you're
really
right,
don't.
you're
They
right. I was-
actually
I had to
don't.
process that for a second.
So when the parents try to get us get our kids to be doctors and this and that, it's because they see that as a way out and as a way to be successful. But It's not.
It's not in Nigeria.
I mean,
it's
like,
not,
like I
right?
mean, a lot of people
So-
don't know about you, but I would really love for you to kind of tell
Listen,
people
this-
like because your story is interesting.
This is not about me. This
It's
is
not
about
about me
this is
today.
about
Okay.
this is about how
Okay.
not- this is about how
Because they
not-
know me, but they just said
Well,
Toyo.
this is
They need
about-
to know that Toyo is somebody that's doing something that is going to change the revolution of medical
this
something.
is this
and
is
what else? You
listen,
understand me now?
I think listen, I'll say something briefly here. I think that I think the world, I like disrupting the world. Today, Google announced that you no longer need a degree to work at Google, and officially,
Oh, okay.
and they're creating a program that
No,
you
I have
can
a
do. You
degree
can do an
on
online course. You can do an online course for 6 months, worth $300, and
Wow.
you could get a job up to $93,000 per year, which is what we need in this world, because majority of the Americans that I meet on a daily basis, their biggest problem is student debt. And it haunts them for life.
Oh, yeah.
So
Right.
this is this.
So now they don't even have college.
Exactly.
Fuck college
As long as you
altogether.
finish, like look at me, look at me. I'm probably.
No, I didn't
I
say.
don't know- I don't know- I don't
Those
know
people,
about-
if you want to go to uni, go to uni.
I think
okay?
I think
I'm
you
not
got to do
saying-
you. I think you got to
Yeah.
do you. Always remember that, but always make sure that you understand yourself. Understand who you are as a person, and figure out what's best for you. But don't like one thing I don't like about being of Nigerian offspring for the most part is always like, oh Toya, you should do this. Your friends are doing this. I'm like,
The stereotype.
let's stop that nonsense, because
It's
like
crowd
first of all,
mentality.
Yeah.
it's also terrible. Like, Dami, I go to church. I go to church sometimes, and I meet all the parents. They're like, "Oh my God, Toya, you should talk to your friend.
You should talk to so-and-so. They should be successful
I don't-
like
you know
you."
about this so well." And I'm
Yeah.
like, I was in a club with them last night. Like, what do you mean? Like, I just do important stuff Monday to even on Sunday. I work every day. Like, but it's just like priorities. It goes back to the fundamental. It's not about financial literacy. It's just there's a whole lot of fundamentals that need
Yeah.
to be taught and put in. And
Do you know what? I think that's what it is exactly. Fundamentals, right? I mean, what you said about, the girl who she just has her mind right and she knows that she has to work hard and she knows that these are the steps she needs to take in order
But
to be
everybody just
successful.
want to relax
But in
and be taken
Nigeria,
care
they
of.
just want to get rich quick.
Right.
I mean, I don't want to stereotype, but a lot of people in this country is just help me now.
No, but
help
that's-
me.
but that's-
and
but
it's like,
that's
what do
what's
you
been-
do once you have
So-
that money or that little bit of helping
I
hand?
think,
you mess it up.
But
You
you wanna
mess
know
it
what
up
it is?
because you
Statistically,
feel
I'm-
entitled to the money
Exactly.
given
Do you know
to
where
you.
it came
You feel
from?
entitled to the
It was a
opportunities
simple-
given to you. You don't want to work for it.
It was a simple ploy from the colonial masters.
well, listen, I
To
wouldn't.
divide.
I think.
No, I'm serious. To literally divide.
And conquer,
because
yeah.
the way Nigeria was set up after they left, everybody was like, it was like crabs in a barrel. Everybody
Yeah.
trying to grab what they could get. Now that precedence
Still exists
still
today.
exists till
And it
today.
is
And
multiplied.
it's like, okay, it's only the guy who's on the edge of the barrel that can lift you up. So everybody in Nigeria has their hands out, waiting for handouts.
But I think.
And then we don't live in a society that is merit based. It's still man no man who you know.
Well, listen, I don't believe that. I don't believe that fully. The second part of what you said, the first part of what you said is completely accurate. But I think, like, at the end of the day, nepotism and who you know, like, people always say, I go on LinkedIn to get jobs. I'm like, no, you
Google
don't.
nepotism.
Nepotism is where you always hire your friends and family onto the best things. But that's a whole different thing.
That's a whole different ballgame altogether.
But that's not exclusive to Nigeria. Like, let's
It's
not.
not.
Let's,
It's not exclusive to anywhere in the world.
Right. But also, the idea that we're gonna use LinkedIn for example. People are always like, oh, I go on LinkedIn to get jobs. I'm like, no, you don't. Jobs are jobs. People are people. People have connections to jobs. You go on LinkedIn to meet people to get you jobs. If you don't understand the fundamentals of that, then
Yeah.
you've completely missed the boat.
Word.
Like,
That's
you've
true.
actually completely missed the boat. But I think that Nigeria is just a completely different thing. It's just like there's nothing to do in terms of there's no real step, because I know that if I did 10 steps I'd get there. But Nigeria, you could do 100 steps and still be further than somebody who just woke up yesterday and managed to stumble upon something. And I'm not going to get into the whole like religion thing, because I think that's a whole other
Let's
thing.
not get into that conversation today.
But I think
No, we're not
I think
doing
there's this like miracle hope and faith that we're all just waiting for blindly. That's never coming. Like, this is the real world. How do we get from A to B collectively?
Exactly. That is the biggest thing. I think a lot of people don't understand that in order for you to get the Range Rover, the Bentley, the freaking G-Wagon or whatever, you have to work and you have to start from ground level. You have to be the intern. Then you have to be the lower level employee. Then you've got to advance. People just want to be like, I want to be at the top now.
And
I don't understand that it's a process. And you have to work for it. Do you know did you ever notice like our parents? I don't know about you, Sid, but from parents that are in the diaspora, our whole life dream is put our kids through school in uni and get them to uni level, put them through
and
school,
take care of us.
come back home and then settle down. But Nigerian parents, their version of holidays is come back home to Nigeria
and stress.
But the whole time because the whole time is all their family members are always in your house.
No.
Every day.
But you got out. When you come back, you can see what's up.
Listen,
all of that stuff, like money. That's all they ask for all the time. They just want handouts.
Because
I want to start a business. Give me money. How about raise the
everybody's
funds?
used to being.
Well, so I also think that that's in a perfect world. I think what we should never do is confuse the apples and the oranges, right? Because at the end of the day, if you look at, it's the same worldwide. If it's just like the percentage of those who are poor worldwide are a lot lower, but Nigeria is a little bit different. But one of the things that I think, or at least that I can clearly see, is that even on statistics, those people who are not broke as such, but those people who are a little bit in the lower class in other parts of the world, when they win the lotto, I know of a guy who, I don't know of the guy, but I've read stories about guys who won the lotto. They won millions and millions of dollars, and 10 years later they went back to their old job. So people, like, I wish I could explain this more. You don't have
the girl, the hood out of the.
You don't have
the man out of the hood, but you can't take the hood out of the man.
Right. You don't have a money problem. You have a mentality and attitude problem.
Absolutely. And I think that's what we have here.
But I also think that it's important.
How do we change it?
Well, I think it's important to know that we all, like, whether you're rich, education is the only way. I think whether you're rich or whether you're poor, right? There's levels of consciousness and problems that you have, right? Whether you're rich or you're poor, you're gonna have health problems. You're gonna have family problems, just emotionally, just trying to take care of people that you love, and then you're also gonna have. I think those are the two main problems that you have when you're rich. But when you're
whether rich or poor,
whether you're rich or poor, rather. But when you're not so rich, you have those problems, and you need to figure out a roof over your head, and you got to figure out where you're gonna get your next meal. And so the problems are just a little bit more, but it's not like and this like idea of stuff, having stuff.
But then let's also think about it from this angle, right? I know we've gone to another realm of conversation.
Yeah,
right.
we have.
But think about this.
It's all relevant.
At whatever your income level is, there is housing
for you
and food for you.
For you.
The question is, are you living above your means? And I want to use that to sort of bring us back
and
to
that is Lagos.
To Lagos.
Everybody is living their best life. Do you ever notice there? I don't know. Maybe it's me because I've only been in Lagos, or I've only been in Nigeria, period, for about 2 years now. And there's always
the golden years.
What?
You missed the golden years.
I missed the golden years. Well, this is it. I've only been here for about 2 years now. And I think a lot of people, I've met a lot of people, a shit ton of people between 2018 and now. And I've noticed that there's a lot of people that when I used to see them, I used to be like, oh, this person must be living their best life. Like they have it together. And then when you really get to know them, you realize these people are just forming.
Yes,
everybody is
packaging.
Forming packaging.
So
and you know what it is also? I mean, there's nothing wrong with packaging sometimes. When you have a goal.
Right.
But when it's a point where you're continuously just packaging just to package and you are not being sensible and smart.
The thing, fake it till you make it.
Fake it till you make it. But if you're not trying to even make it,
to make it.
They forget to make it.
That's the most important. They never had a plan to make it.
Yes.
It was just all about faking it.
That is why people lose themselves in Nigeria, because when you first come, especially if you're an quote unquote IJJB, right? If you come into the country, you get lost in the sauce because first of all, people are buying bottles, they're not buying drinks.
Well, I think
that just blows my mind. Quick, fast.
Well, Dami,
and then there's just so many people.
In Nigeria,
you're in the same club with your favorite celebrity.
When it wasn't bottle service.
Yeah,
it was literally buy a double jack and Coke.
You said
people used to buy. People used to buy normal drink. People that were buying bottles were in the VIP lounge.
Listen, can we just
Dami? Wait, now the moment bottle service started in Lagos, like that was it too.
But we're talking about a guy who's been in the business for 20 years. Some of us are barely 20. Come on.
Wait now. Let me. You have to understand where you're coming from to understand where you are and know where you're going.
Yeah.
The moment Nigerians got involved in bottle service,
that was it.
There was it now created envy.
Of course.
And then there was now a need
was like a new class.
for me to come into this club someday and pop bottles on your head.
Well,
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Do you know why there's so many like bottle service rivalry in
If
clubs?
it's done beer you dey drink, buy your beer. If not, this thing you dey drink, buy drink.
I think-
nobody they count you by how many bottles you buy. But the moment some guys started popping NSC and standing
Energy.
on the table, on the chair,
Starting on
taking scenes
everybody.
and giving them something, game over. One guy said, Then they now stop paying to enter club.
FYI,
at
this
that
video
point
is
in
not
time-
sponsored by Hennessy Origins.
Yes, now
I'm
we're
just
just in
saying.
there.
Yeah.
And they'll come and sponsor it now. Don't worry. After that, once people stop paying, do you know who I am? Do you know how many bottles I want to pop? The moment you stop paying, then it now became it was a whole different monster that was
Right,
created. That
right.
idea of VIP. Let me tell you what it is. Wherever I'm at, that's VIP.
Well, I think again, Dr. Sid. Let's get back to the. You are a very privileged mental human being.
What the hell?
No, I
Okay,
need you to
I'm gonna let
understand.
you finish.
I need
I'm
you to
gonna let you finish,
understand. I
Kanye.
need you to understand that. I need you to understand that you are in the. If there's 7 billion people on Earth, you are in the top 1% of people on Earth. I'd like you to think about that for a second.
Woo.
So
I'm thinking.
Talk
right,
about
right. So
I'm trying to see what you learned.
Another angle.
and then all it takes to be in the top 1% of people on Earth is just to earn over $28,000 or $32,000, which we both know that you do a pretty good job
when
at
you
that,
put it
right?
like that.
He's putting your ayash outside.
So don't come around and tell me like you understand that you are the VIP section. Like Dami, I went out with Dami around the wedding times, and people are like popping bottles. I'm like, I know where I'm from. I don't really drink. I don't need to pop any bottles. I don't care. If you want to look at me a certain way, that's your loss.
But you don't know what's in my bank
But
account.
I know, like, it's not even about that. I know I'm the sauce. Like, I know I'm the sauce.
Nah, well, I know you the sauce.
But it's not even about that. But I think that, like I say, people just need a little bit of encouragement to go crazy, and that's
Yeah.
why it's not encouraged in the Western world. And here it's just a little bit too encouraged.
It's too encouraged.
and that's how there's not enough balance. There's not enough people who know
This life,
themselves.
no
who-
balance in this
Right?
country.
I better
and-
pass my neighbor.
That's exactly what people want.
Let me tell you
They
how.
want
If you
neighbor
don't
better
understand
than
that,
neighbor.
Like if people realize,
They
let me
named
finish.
a
Sid, let me
generator.
finish. Sid, let me finish. People just don't understand that when it's all said and done, nobody, absolutely nobody cares.
Yeah.
If you understand that nobody cares,
You'll die.
nobody thinks about you,
Yeah.
nobody cares what car you drive. Like, I still don't have a car.
Because
Well,
tomorrow
that's not
somebody
true,
will
but you
drive
get
a
the drift.
bigger one.
That's not true,
But you get the drift, right?
You understand?
I fundamentally don't like. Listen, I'm obsessed with certain things. One of them is I'm obsessed with technology. I want the world to go to a whole different world of technology. Like, I'm just gonna say one last thing about Nigeria because it breaks my heart. How on earth are we one of the hottest countries on earth in terms of temperature, sun, and we do not have 24/7 electricity is beyond me.
Solar panels.
I've got friends.
Please tell me.
Somebody has to sell market.
Oh
Like,
my God, Bascos.
guys are selling diesel have to sell market.
I'm just gonna name drop. I'm gonna name drop just because I think it's a privilege
That's it,
to name drop.
period.
But bro, I've worked with the guy who gives Akon his solar, and he's like, bro, I need some Nigerians who want to do this, and I'm like, that ain't me. Just because I know the absolute nonsense that you get yourself.
No, but somebody has
involved
to say markets. The guy that's selling diesel in Nigeria has to say markets. If
The
it's-
vice president
it's not-
has a
it's
diesel
not-
company.
but
it's
Has-
not
a
sustainable.
diesel,
It is not
generator
long
company.
term.
The
It is
vice
not.
president.
It is not long term, and let's not even get into that.
I don't know
but
about
like
that
it is
too.
just
I'm
bonkers.
just-
I think like
drink this tea.
solar. It's energy. It's renewable energy. Like Nigeria is one of the loudest places on earth. Sound pollution, noise pollution, air pollution. You name it, it's here.
Yes.
But
You
we also
name it.
like. Do you like what is it? What is it? In
You
November.
name
In
it.
November, it was so crazy. Like I travel around a lot, and it is so crazy to see that airplanes cannot land in Lagos airport sometimes because of the air pollution. They use their radar and they still don't trust. We're like
No, you
we're
don't
in
forget.
big trouble here.
Let me say,
dog.
radar don't they see pothole. This guy is talk about radar.
Right.
The guy, see, radar don't they see pothole. The pilot got to look that ground within 2 korokoro eye, know where they land.
And if you can't
What are
see it,
talking
you don't
about?
trust. But
Hello.
listen, bro. Like there's some places like listen.
There's some places that you cannot land after 6 p.m.
Right.
Exactly. Listen,
Do you think there's just so many restrictions in Nigeria in total just to, we're talking about, how
I know
not to
about
lose yourself in
restrictions.
Nigeria and how to just stay sane. I feel like in Nigeria, there's just so many things that are just not up to par that just keeps us
Fundamentally, yeah.
going mad.
There's absolutely no reason to. There's absolutely zero reason.
But at the end of the day, to be honest, it is, and I do have to say that each and every one of us who live here and who are Nigerians have to take responsibility.
Again,
we do 100%.
Let me go back.
The change
Dr. Sid
does start
Dr.
with
Sid,
us.
Dr. Sid, let me go back to your privilege of being educated and smart.
Yeah, don't use that word privilege. Just
No,
say you
I don't think you
you trade
understand.
Forex.
I don't
You are
think you
smart.
understand. I don't think you understand.
That one, I catch
don't-
that vibe.
let me tell you,
I
Dr.
felt
Sid.
as if I should have caught
Dr.
that
Sid.
vibe a long time ago.
Dr. Sid,
You know,
Dr.
but
Sid.
you're smart. You know what you want. You know
Dr.
what
Sid,
you're doing.
we've had interesting conversations.
Yes, so-
Do you think that I can have that conversation with anybody I meet on the street?
No, you can't.
Absolutely not.
No.
A lot of people I meet on the street, like my gate men, don't even speak English.
Baba drop bar. Which one before it?
Right. So you know, you think if I walked out the door, they'll hail me? Don't know who I am. which
Don't
is
know
great.
you yet.
No, listen,
Don't
bro.
worry.
Like, trust me. Don't get it twisted. We just
Don't
have
worry, my brother. Don't worry. By the time I post you like 4 or 5
To, no,
times,
you won't do that.
okay,
You
I'll
won't do
post
that.
your shoe.
You won't do
That's
that.
nice.
You
Yeah,
won't
I'll post your
do
shoe.
that. You won't be doing that. There's no need for that.
You
But
use
you
it to
get the
look,
drift.
huh?
But you get the drift. They're fake.
Yeah. You know what? I think
It's okay.
out here in Nigeria, like I say a lot, I think, Toyo, you being here for the past couple of months, I think you got a cheat situation because you weren't really outside. You didn't get lost in the sauce.
Okay,
you didn't
but
see.
Dami,
I mean,
I
I'm
was here at
sure
Christmas,
you've
right?
seen people waste money in this country.
yeah,
you
pointlessly.
see people waste money stupidly, and you're wondering
Yeah.
how. Especially coming from little old Dublin, yeah, it's just a very wow.
So,
You kind of get lost in the sauce when you see, like I said, like Sid.
can't get lost.
Like
I was part of the
listening
sauce.
to you on the radio. I was like.
Right.
Buying your CDs,
But
all that kind of stuff, growing up, right? And then it's a thing of
We're watching Game of Thrones together in the house.
yes, watching Game of Thrones. And then next thing you know, I'm sitting. Listen, Game of Thrones came out last year, and then Johnny Walker was doing this whole watch Game of Thrones
We're not
thing.
sponsored by Johnny Walker, by the way.
Once again,
Yeah,
yep,
right.
that's true. You got it.
But
and there I was sitting beside Don Jazzy and Dr. Sid, watching Game of Thrones like it's a regular Tuesday. Mate, life is a pot of beans sometimes.
Well,
and you look at that and you're
I don't
wondering,
like
like, you
that
know
phrase.
what? No, because when you look at that, you look at it and you get lost in the sauce.
Yeah,
You're like,
it
no,
is, because the
I
thing about
must
it
be an
is,
OG.
a lot of
Someone
people-
I used to watch on TV and listen to their songs all the time. I'm sitting beside them like it's nothing.
Yeah, but-
Sharing chicken wings.
let me,
What?
Dami, let me say something. I think the
Laugh,
difference
laugh,
between
laugh.
hold on. The difference
Ow,
between me and
no,
you,
no,
Dami.
no.
Different vibe.
Difference between me and you. We grew up in little Dublin, and I think
Like hello, Dublin.
I was like,
Dublin.
it got to a point where Dublin was it became. It's not that I was too good for Dublin. It's just like I needed more. I wanted more.
No, I think that's always what it is. You outgrow it and you're like,
but then I
need
went
move.
I spent some time in LA, right? And you've heard some stories. You've seen some people that I've met in LA, and I was just like, okay, I'm never going back to Dublin, right? It's just one of the things,
I said that the other day. I said to my parents finally the other day, like, I'm never moving back to Dublin. I'll come home to visit, but I'm not moving back just because the mentality over there is
I just can't,
different.
like, part of the reason that I stayed in Lagos, the Corona, because I didn't want to be in Dublin indefinitely, right? It's not
Yeah.
a place. I don't thrive there. I fall into old habits, and that's another thing about the whole like.
What are those old habits?
What are the
talk
old
about-
habits?
We gonna talk about it off air.
Talk about it.
The old habits.
right.
He's got old
He's got old habits.
No,
Tell us.
like I said, listen. I tell you one of the fundamental truths that I love my friends. They know that they'll always be my friends and family and people I've known. But like, if you hang out with 5 losers, you're the 6th loser. Like, it's not that deep. It's very simple.
Like, all my friends are
like,
fat.
they don't do this. We all like they still like listen. Dublin, they're still doing the same thing 10 years, and it's no disrespect to them. They're just not more.
Yeah, it's
I
like,
wanted
it's like
more.
when you're
I went out to
in
get
the
more.
same WhatsApp group
And-
with the guys from university. They
Right.
still act
Right.
like they're still in school.
And that's another thing.
Yeah.
WhatsApp groups. That's I'm out of them because like
It's
especially the ones-
They kicked you out, don't lie.
well, like they think that because like whatever, like oh,
It's psychological torment. You'll just be I just want to say, because I feel like we've been talking for a while, and I really want to hear some of my music. Thank you very much.
all right, we can do that.
I really believe, and I don't want to think that it is a lost cause, because
Right.
it's very easy to get into that mindset in Nigeria, because when you look, and I don't blame some people. Social media will put you on, it will tension you, my brother.
But it's not, but what I'm saying is these things are not exclusive to Nigeria. You just have to have.
It's around the world.
You just have to have some fundamental beliefs. Like I can come, listen, I can come here and get carried away too. But I know my values.
But I will tell you though, Nigeria just does a certain thing to you. You know, like you know why a lot of people, I would say, a lot of people from the diaspora come to Nigeria, especially December rocks, all of that
because
stuff.
Their currency is higher than Nigeria. When you come here, you can ball out of control.
That's one angle. That is one angle. Another angle is the fact that the celebrities are just this much closer to you. You know, let me tell you, like from the fashion aspect. Hold on, from the fashion aspect, from the fashion aspect. Let's say Naomi Campbell, for example. If for me to meet Naomi Campbell in the UK, there's so many bridges I have to cross, so many things, hurdles I have to get over. But in Nigeria, I will run into her at 57 anyhow. But I don't. I'll be chilling with her for the whole night. It's the lifestyle out here. Everything is just luxurious, and you get lost in it. Before you know it, you think that you're on top of the world.
First of all, let's go back to the whole 1% of the 1% of the world, right?
Yeah.
If in Nigeria, the classism in Nigeria is pretty obvious. You can kind of see it.
You can
see it. And in other parts of the world, say the UK, to see Naomi Campbell, it's slightly not, because everybody in the UK technically, for the most part, are within the 1% of the world, just because they earn X amount of money. So it's kind of just, the hurdles are just a little bit harder. You just have to work smarter to get there. Like I can meet Naomi Campbell anywhere in the world I want to. You know I'm insane. You've seen me do some pretty interesting things.
know you insane,
but it's not because certain things are harder. I just think you have to adjust and figure out a way to fix a certain climate. But that just comes with a level of understanding.
But that's level-headedness and understanding, absolutely. But here, like I'm saying, you don't have to have the level-headedness and understanding here. Here, it's just it could happen easier by chance.
So why? Know? So then I gotta ask the question. Actually, I'm going to go back to something. Okay, you meet Naomi Campbell, then what? You meet her, take a picture, that's it? What?
Preparedness.
Right?
Preparedness. A lot of people don't have preparedness. No, if you want to be a business person, if you want to be in the fashion industry, all of that, you need to be prepared.
The other day somebody tweeted saying 5 million naira or I think it was Instablock Nigeria or something, 5 million naira or dinner with Dangote, and 90-something% of people said 5 million naira, and I was actually so upset because I'm like, do you not?
No, but they said Dangote they drop by like that. So what?
Listen, bro.
Yes, but if you have
listen, bro. Let me tell you something, Sid. I'll tell you. I'll show you some pictures of people who I've got to hang out with and how I get to do certain things, and bro, 5 million naira is about 11,000 pounds. That will get you nowhere.
But you see, you also have to understand that mentality that you're talking about. That's why you're also saying that you have to also understand that for that person, the people that you're asking this question to,
they've never seen even
that
1
5 million naira, it would change his life.
No, it will change their life temporarily, and they'll go back again to try to look for that 5 million pounds.
The
cycle continues.
D-boy, thank you, Bobo. You know it's in the happen here. Mo chop this chop. You only say name is just give me your phone number. You understand? We'll just relate. Just be my guy. Let me just WhatsApp you.
So how does that get us from A to B? It gets us from A to and we think it's B.
What I would do is I want to be a friend,
looking for the 5 million again.
Friend.
Yeah, it's a temporary
fix. Friend, so that when we're having conversations, like when he's having, because let me say what it is. When we met, we connected on a different level. Like there's a certain level of conversation you have with someone that you understand that the kind of conversations we will have is to increase our empire. Last.
Right.
At the end of the day, unfortunately for me, I'm such. When my mind is
you're privileged 1%.
Wait, now stop saying this thing. Somebody's already texting me. Somebody just texted me and said, Oshay 1% boss.
Oh, Ogawa.
I'm just saying that.
Anything for the boys, sir.
So that's why if you look at the way I make music or wow. See, it is what it is. The way my mindset works right now and the kind of things I see on social media, if it's not going to benefit. I'm into gaming and esports. I have my own esports team, Citizens Gaming. When I told
PSA for all those who don't know, Dr. Sid is not just an artist. He also does gaming and esports. Because
but that's again. I don't mean to always shut you down when I say this. It's not to shut you down, but
1%.
you are part of the smartest 1%.
You're the 1%.
Let's invite some people to this 1%.
#1%.
Let's increase 1% to 2%.
No. What you want to do is take the number down. You want to be in the 1% of
not
the
2%.
10% of 1%. You want to be in the different class.
You got to give me a few minutes to work out the math.
No, but you get the drift, right?
10%
so,
of 1%.
So technically, if 1% of so there's 7 billion people on Earth, right? 700 million is 10%, and 70 million is 1%. You want to get into like the 700,000 people, like, bro, like it's really not that. I don't think it's all that hard if you understand. Like again, they say as somebody who is smart is somebody who hits a target that everyone, They say a smart person is someone who hits a target that everyone can't hit, and a genius is someone who hits a target that nobody can see. And if you don't have a goal, you can't hit that.
Sorry. Please repeat that thing you just said.
Say it again.
They said somebody who is smart is someone who hits a target that nobody else can hit. A genius is someone who hits a target nobody can see.
Jesus.
Right? And that's where you need to be.
I need that on a t-shirt. Right. You know what? In conclusion, guys, let's wrap up real quick. In a conclusion, tell me 2 things each, right? How not to lose thyself in Lagos. Tell me. Starting with Sid. Tell me 2 things.
I would have said a lot, but my guy would just say I'm part of the privileged 1%.
I promise I will say that. I promise I will say that.
Actually, you know what? Let Toyo start. 2 things of how not to lose yourself. Very quickly.
Well, like, these things are not, it's not very straightforward, but I think that the most important way to not lose yourself is to first of all have yourself. Like you don't lose something you don't have. Like it doesn't make any sense. Like I don't care.
There's somebody preaching.
Like
have yourself.
If you don't have yourself,
you cannot lose what you don't have.
Like
drop
and
mic.
then
Sorry, you don't need number 2 safe.
all right. You know what? I'll stick with the one so I don't copy one or 6. But like, you get the drift, right?
Have yourself.
Like if you don't have yourself, you'll definitely.
That's it.
I don't even know how I'm gonna top that.
Sid, go on.
That stuff just dwarfed me right now.
Wow.
I think I'm back in the 5%.
That's not possible.
Sid, go on. How not to lose yourself?
To be fair, it is that one answer that he's given sort of encompasses a lot of things, because I would have said understand what you're doing, and have a focus, you know what I mean? But that's still
all under the umbrella of have yourself.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that, but
it's okay. Let me tell you something. These kids need to hear this thing, because have yourself, and I say this because it works on different levels, and I'll just expand a little bit. You can't go to a job if you don't understand what you like and what you're passionate about.
Absolutely.
You can't get married if you don't understand who you are before you tie yourself into somebody else.
Fingers.
Do you know what I'm saying? So that statement of having yourself, that's the only time when you can decide whether you want to lose yourself or not. So
absolutely,
brother,
that's what it is.
You didn't hit it on the head. You hit it inside the head and buried it inside the pako.
That's it. Honestly, that is it. Always have yourself. I think that's the first thing. If you want to move, if you want to go to another country, if you want to come to Lagos, if you're thinking about coming to Lagos, if you are in Lagos currently and you don't know what you're doing, you're lost in the sauce, have yourself. Know who you are. Know what you want. Know what your goal is, and do not deter from that goal.
I think one of the things that the world is evolving into is we can actually see some of the things that we do. I wear an Apple Watch every day, not because it's an Apple Watch, because like I can tell when I'm most happiest. I check the data and see, when I sleep, when I stand.
Lie.
Right, the data does not lie. Numbers don't lie. So you gotta check yourself. But one of the things I would say to people, especially when I mentor some young kids who just come out of college, I'm just like, okay, first of all, figure out what you like, and if you can't, then figure out what you spend your money on. If you can't figure out what you spend your money on, you already have a problem. But if you figure out what you spend your money on and think that it's not a way, like if you spend all your money on food, then figure out a way.
Go into the food business.
Like seriously, you just got it. If you spend all your money on the club, well, figure it out. But know that it's a very, very dirty game. But like you just got to figure out if you spend all your money. Like I used to spend all my money on physios. Like I literally spent all my money on physios.
I can't see what I spend my money on the radio.
Right. So I spent all my money on physios because I was constantly getting injured from sports, and that's how
and that was it.
That was it. Like
that was it for you. Toyo's into med tech. If you don't know.
Listen, basically, I think before Dami and
what part of your body are you wounding? Because
I can't fix it.
Right. I think I think that the human body is the most underappreciated thing on earth, right?
Yeah.
It's all we have, right? And when it goes, right? And so you got to take care of it. Like right now, I'm 29, and Dami knows I exercise like at least 5 times a week for the last 20 years. But like I have the body of a 21-year-old. I actually believe. Sorry, I always say to my friends, I'll never die. But genuinely, as of today, I probably will live till I'm 120 something. Like I genuinely believe that. I am that insane to believe that. So you got to take care of the body, but figure out what it is that you want to do. And then just do it. Like, you read the people, you ever read the most extraordinary stories? And so it's like, I've been doing this for 20 years. I just got my break because they kept doing. They had a purpose. And you can fake it, but if you ain't trying to make something you're faking, then you're just wasting everybody's damn time.
You are.
Like again, I'm going to go back to the people. Money is not your problem. Purpose is. Find the purpose, you will find the money. And if you think you can't find enough money that you need, your purpose is based on other people's opinions, not what you think is your fundamental. That means you still don't know yourself. Anyway, that's me. I'm done.
Well,
so this is like that Obama speech. He drops mic and
you drop mic and you walk
Tuoyo
away.
Out.
That's it. It's the takeover with Dami Oke. All right, that's it. On that note, thank you so much, guys, for coming through. Shout out to you, Dr. Sid and Tuoyo, for coming through.
Thank you for having us. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, first of all, can I just say, like, I like how Dr. Sid can be like a very old, Delta man, and he can be a very, Lagosian. But there's some days he's like, this brother from Texas. Like one day he can be from Texas.
I'll tell you something right now.
Right, you see what I mean? Like, you see what I mean? He's got split personality.
Why I can sound so different is I watched a lot of television growing up, so I learned how to mimic and do them voices.
And that's what I'm saying.
I see it.
I bet you he made a lot of money from TV.
Yes, he did.
I'm about to.
You need to get into acting, sir.
Right. So it is what it is, right?
Get into acting, sir.
Hey, hello. Let's put it out there right now.
All right. Who wants to hire Dr. Sid?
Throw the script.
I am the manager now.
It has to be good enough,
I am
Sean.
open to bids.
That has to be good enough.
I am open to all the bids. Thank you very much.
Action roles with sex scenes.
Action roles with sex scenes.
Dr. Sid, I told you, come to Hollywood,
Wonderful.
we'll make it happen.
Let's do it.
Now let's go now.
I told you we'll make it happen.
Trump cannot stop us.
Listen, nobody can stop us. Let's go.
Yeah. All right. On that note, you know what? We're going to talk more about this off air, but thank you so much to you guys for coming on. I mean, our topic today was how not to lose thyself in Lagos. And basically, the first thing you got to do is have thyself. All right. On that note, let's keep it real. Let's get back to the music. We've got Dr. Sid featuring Ladipo with Lit. And after, we've got DJ Java coming through with the jab through. All right, Lit. Let's go.
You're now listening to The Takeover with Dami Oke.